Not you guys not knowing that SNAP and food stamps are the same thing. That's why you voted for him. You don't have two brain cells to rub together.
Man, I'm like hell. EBT gets cut off November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Not only because it would just be good for everybody to see all the welfare queens be exposed for the deadbeat parents they absolutely are, but mostly because it would be really nice to just pay 30 to 40% less for all my goddamn groceries.
Baby, white TikTok is in a frenzy, and while I have my voice right now, I'm gonna use that hoe. They don't understand how their SNAP benefits are being cut off in November. They literally thought when they heard SNAP benefits, it was only gonna hit the black folks, okay?
As I be wondering on the internet, sometimes I wonder. Magas think SNAP and food stamps are totally two different programs. I'm not kidding. And they think their SNAP is coming, food stamps is not coming to black people. They're excited. You remember Obamacare and Affordable Care Act? Same situation. And I can't at this point. We have to look at the reactions and them getting educated. Because some of them think that when food stamps don't come, the prices of everything is gonna go down. Wow. Welcome back to the channel. How are you, my people, doing? Hopefully God has protected you and preserved you very well. To all of you that keep supporting, thank you so very much. And of course, to my members, you guys do me amazing. So a big shout out to you guys. I want us to look at these reactions in here. I hope it makes your day. We'll definitely come back and talk about it. Just do me a favor, like the video, share it, and be back with more. Let me know what you think in the comment section.
Wait, what percentage of Trump voters do you think don't know that food stamps and SNAP benefits are the same thing? Is this an ACA Obamacare type situation? Oh my God, November is coming. Like, how many of them understand that Thanksgiving is going to look a little different this year because they're not getting those food stamps, EBT, SNAP, whatever it is. And some of these are celebrating. They're celebrating for themselves to go hungry. Oh my God. This is natural selection. We're watching it in real time. Because at least the ones on the left who rely on these benefits didn't vote to lose them. I just looked it up. Pennsylvania stopped giving these benefits on the 16th of October. I just saw a video of a woman saying that she hasn't fed her kids in days, and this would explain it. They're going to starve their own citizens to avoid opening up the government and voting to release the Epstein files. And those starving hillbillies are going to clap for it. Oh my God, and this would explain the delta between self-reported SNAP beneficiaries that are Republicans versus the amount of SNAP benefits that go to these red districts. It's a combination of stupidity and not knowing that you're actually receiving these benefits, and stupidity that makes you feel ashamed of receiving those benefits because you shame people who receive those benefits, not knowing that you are one of those people. Oh my God. Only 17% of Republicans self-report as ever needing benefits from the government, whereas 45% of these benefits go directly to overwhelmingly red districts. More Democrats are willing to self-report that they have utilized these benefits versus Republicans who will just lie about it or just be so ignorant that they don't know. Oh, winter is coming. Winter is here. And 40% of those are children. They're voting to starve their own kids. They are voting to take away health care from their own children. To own the libs? You're owning yourself, you crazy fucks.
Really feel, and I'm praying for the people that work in the welfare offices, because they're going to get swarmed in person and on the phone, email by these numbskull MAGA voters that didn't know that their SNAP benefits and all of their other social welfare program benefits that they depend on heavily in order to feed themselves and to live the lives that they live are going to get taken away because of Donald Trump. And because they would have rather voted for a white supremacist and a racist than the black woman that was extremely well equipped. You know what I'm saying? And it's really unfortunate, bro, because all of this, like, they want us to riot, and they want us to loot and steal in order to boost the crime rates so that Donald Trump can invoke the Insurrection Act, and so that Donald Trump can be like the real authoritarian leader that he wants to be. All of these things were in Project 2025. All of these things were things that Donald Trump said he had no idea about, but somehow miraculously he's performing it to the T. He's doing everything perfectly, crossing the T's, dotting the I's. Everything that was in Project 2025 is going on right now, albeit it's a little bit slower, thankfully, but it's still happening.
There's a white person right now reading the news about them cutting food stamps and SNAP benefits and stuff like that, thinking to themselves, oh, these niggers not going to be able to eat in November. Good riddance. Whole time, Meemaw can't eat. Meemaw not going to be able to get no Thanksgiving dinner this year.
Hey, Maggot, so what about the potential loss of food stamps?
What the hell do I care? Food stamps are for those cockroach minorities. I get SNAP benefits, so I'll be fine.
Honestly, I'm very happy they're taking away the food stamps. That's great because y'all swear at the poll you were doing something to hurt immigrants and people who look like me. But now, all the rednecks and Meemaw and Papa and Junebug and Slutterbug and all y'all gonna be hungry this Thanksgiving. Thank God. You thought you were shooting other people, you end up shooting yourself in the foot. Good. Like, great. I'm happy. Thank you. Majority of the immigrants who you claim are stealing your stuff, we don't even qualify for food stamps. Maybe y'all can use this hungry time to think about what y'all did at the poll last November. This Thanksgiving, maybe y'all can fast and repent.
Just saw a video also too of a MAGA guy saying, I'm okay knowing that people are going to go without food stamps if my groceries are going to be 30% cheaper. Where the f*** getting this number at, 30%? Are you thinking because people are not having groceries or buying them that they're going to be cheaper for you? I swear, never in my life have I ever been so fascinated by stupid people. By people who literally think collectively as a bunch of morons, who think that people who are not going to be getting groceries can somehow get 30% off their food. Make that make sense. Like, that's the dumbest thing you could ever fucking think of.
White people, I want you to know that the SNAP program, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, is the exact same thing as food stamps. The exact same thing as food stamps. The same with Obamacare. Obamacare is the exact same thing as the Affordable Care Act, ACA. The Affordable Care Act is Obamacare. Everyone in the United States of America know that you all white people is the largest recipients of food stamps. We know that you are the largest recipients of receiving food stamps and doing food stamp fraud. We know that white people is the Republicans, is the ones that stated that they did not want to give out food stamps due to the government shutdown. And we know that you voted for this. White people, this is your time to shine. This is your time to shine because a lot of people think that you all did this.
And I hope you're the first to starve. Those of you that are very happy about people losing their SNAP benefits. As someone who does not receive it but understands food insecurity, y'all are weird. Y'all are very weird because I don't think y'all understand just how much this affects everyone, right? Because if they lose their benefits, right, people resort to desperate measures during desperate times. You might be a recipient of those desperate measures they take, i.e. stealing. And then now you and your people hungry. I don't know what else to say. I don't have no profound thought behind it. It's just, I really hope that you're the first to starve. Because to be happy that people are losing a basic human right, which is to have access to food, makes you a big weirdo. Because even your pretentious self deserves to have access to food. Hope that helps.
White TikTok is beefing with each other, and they tearing each other to pieces. The white EBT warriors are mad at the white Republicans because the white Republicans are coming on this app saying that, good, EBT is no longer here. You don't need to get any help from the state, and you don't need any help from the fucking government. Y'all need to go get jobs. And you know what the white EBT warriors said? Fuck. The crazy part about this whole scenario is the white EBT warriors voted for Donald Trump and all of the white Republicans voted for Donald Trump. So isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy that everything that the Democrats said wouldn't happen, especially with this EBT, Cal Fresh, and if we're talking about SNAP benefits, will be taken and Donald Trump will be the one to do it. Isn't it crazy that the people that voted for this and that they said it would never happen, it happened, and now they're blaming each other? They're still not blaming Donald Trump. They're blaming each other. They're like, oh my God, you need to get off of this and you need to get a job. And other people are like, well, I do have a job and I depend on these benefits. And then other people are like, well, we don't give a... You know what? I support white on white crime. If people are going to attack each other in the Appalachian Mountains, hey, go for it, baby. I'm all here for it. Remember, you voted for this. It's shambles because they don't understand how EBT benefits are getting cut off November 1st because a lot of them say they didn't vote for it, but they voted for Donald Trump. And see, this is the problem when you play a game that you think that isn't going to fucking affect you, but it's going to affect everybody else, and you feel like it's not your problem or situation to deal with. Things will directly fucking affect you. You voted for somebody that didn't give a fuck about you. You also voted for somebody that didn't give a fuck about your neighbor. So it indirectly affected you, and now it's directly affecting you because you didn't even know what you voted for. Most white men and women in rural states and rural areas, they are low income and they get benefits through the state. Dummies. And a lot of them voted against those benefits by voting for Donald Trump when they just thought that he was going to deport all the immigrants. They're crying because they're like, what are we going to do for Thanksgiving? What are we going to do? My benefits are going to get cut. I don't know. I didn't vote for this. Yes, you did. Yes, the fuck you did. Sad because now their vote is going to affect millions of people all because they wanted to be racist. Ain't that a damn shame?
Man, I hope like hell EBT gets cut off November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Not only because it would just be good for everybody to see all the welfare queens be exposed for the deadbeat parents they absolutely are, but mostly because it would be really nice to just pay 30 to 40% less for all my goddamn groceries. Have a wonderful...
Okay, genius. All right, explain to us, how does people being made to go hungry because they don't have their SNAP benefits, their food stamps, how does that lower your grocery bills? How does that translate to you paying less for groceries? Educate us. Tell us how that happens. As I understand it, if SNAP benefits don't go out and that money doesn't get spent, the money goes right back into the general fund. I hadn't heard of Congress passing a Magas who hate poor people grocery rebate bill where they like send you a check. Or what do you think they're going to do? You think they're going to call up, you know, the Piggly Wiggly and tell them, hey, charge that Magas for groceries because people don't have SNAP? Can you explain it? You mean because people who are in the grocery store people who would normally be going to the grocery store because they have EBT cards and SNAP benefits now can't go to the grocery store because they no longer have money to buy food. That's going to make the grocery store lower the price of the food in the store. Why? Because more likely a lot of small stores are going to actually go out of business because without those people spending those SNAP benefits in particularly smaller groceries, that's actually hurting the grocery store. So they're probably going to have to raise prices on the groceries there because they're losing business and customers. So it's actually the opposite of what you're saying, stupid. But you know, I mean, y'all ain't MAGA because you're brilliant. You know, it's not because you're geniuses. But you know, just a public service announcement. People going hungry, the people you hate going hungry, that don't lower your grocery bill, not one penny. Don't lower your taxes either. It does nothing for you other than make you happy that they're standing in food lines or whatever other, you know, Cruella de Vil man shit you believe in. So enjoy watching people suffer and starve, I guess, since that's what you're into. But yeah, you're still going to pay the same or more for your groceries. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Am I a bad person because I got a little smile on my face when I found out that 42% of the people that receive SNAP benefits are white people in red states?
If you haven't seen the nasty, evil woman that is talking about food stamps while eating toast, if you haven't seen that video, I want you to watch that video just so you can see and hear what a nasty, terrible a-hole sounds like. Because I'm describing her perfectly. And it just seems like every single Republican woman is the same way. The same depth, the same lack of depth, the same lack of having a heart, the same nastiness in their voice. I don't know how to explain it. I've never seen anything like it. But watch the video and check out just how evil and nasty this woman is. For no reason. For no reason. Other than the fact of trying to make fun of people that are going to be looking for food in November because the food stamps getting cut. She chose to make a video and be as nasty as possible. Unfortunately, yeah, check it out and see just how terrible someone can be.
This message is for all the people that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November. What did you do with October's food stamp money?
I don't know, Meth Head Mary. Maybe they bought the groceries they were supposed to buy. Here's an idea. Maybe they ate them. Listen, pale and confused. People that are on SNAP and EBT, they barely have enough food to go around, and 9 times out of 10, they're feeding multiple mouths. And the fact that you're sitting there eating food while you make this video tells me everything about you. Your moral compass is off, first and foremost. And before you snort your next line, you may want to check that. People going without food is nothing to be joking about. Because when people get hungry, they get desperate. And you better hope your house is not on their calling card. Getting food stamps every month secures you for that month. So come November, they may not have nothing after the first week, dumbass. So I hope and pray that people around you go hungry and you're their first stop. You vanilla phantom.
If you are naive enough to think that the pause to SNAP benefits on November 1st isn't going to affect you because you don't receive food stamps, I want you to hear this. About 1 in 8 Americans receive SNAP benefits. In fact, in Oklahoma, where I live, that's 1 in 6 people. So about 600,000 people in my state alone, Oklahoma, receive SNAP benefits. About 1 in 4 children in the U.S. receive SNAP benefits. But you're not one of those people, so you don't care, but hang with me. When those benefits go away, just about $9 billion in grocery spending vanishes. So you've got to be thinking about not just the grocery stores being able to stay open and pay their employees, but you have to think about the entire supply chain, trucks on the road, people who provide food to these grocery stores. $9 billion. Every dollar spent in SNAP benefits adds about $1.50 to $1.80 to the economy. So cutting those benefits isn't saving that dollar, it's taking away that $1.50 to your local economy. But you don't receive SNAP benefits, you don't work for a grocery store, you don't drive a truck, you don't give it. But when all of those things happen, the only way to combat that is to drastically increase the price of groceries. Grocery prices are already up over 3% in 2025 alone, which is almost an entire percentage higher than the average increase in grocery prices over the last 20 years. I thought they were supposed to go down day one though. So even if SNAP benefits only pause for 1 month, which by the way would be detrimental to all the people I mentioned before that you don't give a shit, it will cost the economy roughly $13 to $14 billion in profit. And you can expect your grocery prices in just that 1 month to go up at least 1%. And states will stand to lose about $300 to $500 million in sales tax revenue. So even if you do not receive SNAP benefits, you never have, you never will, you do not want these to be paused on November.
Imagine judging people for needing food stamps while you admitted that you need 2 jobs to survive. Be thorough. He's questioning what people did with their October benefits as if they were supposed to stretch to November. It's giving really out of touch energy. And based on her content,
and I'm stuck in this job. So I would really appreciate it if you guys watch the whole videos.
It's also giving selective memory because you're talking about struggling too. Congratulations, you're exhausted and underpaid. Working multiple jobs to cover groceries isn't the brag that you think. It's proof that even people doing everything right still can't get ahead. And this whole work harder mindset assumes that everyone has the same opportunities. Childcare support, health, and access to work, which just isn't true.
Things I have to do, so I'm just going all the time, and all I do is work, work, work. I'm here all the time.
Now, I would say you agree based on these posts. You can argue about who's a lazy adult or who isn't. I'm more worried about the kids. The kids are going to be the one who will really struggle from the loss of benefits if that happens next month. And if your family is going to be one of those affected, check your local resources now. Putting others down for struggling doesn't make your struggle more respectable. Spread kindness. Bye.
Good morning. Happy Monday. Some exciting news on this very dreary and gloomy Monday morning. So on a poll taken, and statistics show that on this Monday morning, even though all these Trumpies are all for this big, disastrous bill, and they have no problem with SNAP, EBT, WIC, and everything else, Medicaid taken away from undocumented migrants who, first of all, do not receive those benefits. But let me tell some great news on this Monday. Statistics show in this poll that was taken that 6.8 million people that are on SNAP are white. 4.1 million are African American, and 3.7 million are Latinos, Hispanics. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Share the video for awareness, but I think that when all these changes come around, the ones that are going to have their panties in a bunch and are going to be very upset are the Trumpies. But I hope they have the day and the life they deserve. For the rest of you guys, stay safe out there. Happy Monday. Blessed week. I love you.
This discourse about the SNAP benefits being cut lets me know just how fucking stupid some of y'all really are. Let me ask you a question. Let's just say they cut SNAP benefits, right? And in the grocery store, you have all this food that no one can buy. Well, not no one, but a majority of people cannot buy. Do you think they're going to lower the cost of food because they care about the food? Or do you think they're going to raise the cost of food to cover for the people who are not buying?
Which one do you think it is? Which one do you really think it is? That's how I know some of y'all are ridiculous. You're pointing your fingers and you're going, ha ha, right? And then when you go to the grocery store, because I remember cussing when eggs were like $6 a dozen. I'm like, what do you mean $6 a dozen? Now I'm in the grocery store looking at them $18 eggs like, you know, the 6 wasn't that bad. The 6 wasn't that bad. But let's just say the people with all this food, because you really think they care about the food going bad? We know big stores that throw away really good food, like they incinerate it instead of either giving it away or letting people take it at a discount. You'd think that if they cannot buy it, they're just going to be like, oh my gosh, the food is going to go bad because we care. Let's lower the price so everyone can get some? Or do you think they're looking to make a profit? Okay.
It pisses me off more than the fact that y'all trying to make this a racial issue when it come down to people not receiving their SNAP benefits in the month of November. Come on, sip a little tea with aint, because y'all know I got a little time today, and I come with actual factual numbers. Clock that tea. So a lot of y'all on here screaming, that's good that they won't be getting their November benefits. Maybe they'll get off their lazy behinds and go get them a job. Let me put this in right here, though. I want you to know the people who receive the most government assistance in general in this country don't look a thing like me. Did you hear what I said? And I always include, you know, the actual factual, you know, the details that you need to see, the tips you need to use right above my head so you can know that I'm spitting actual factual. They don't look a thing like me. So stop trying to make it a racial issue when people in general will be affected by this. Just because you up there in that upper class, higher class, and you feel like, you know, it ain't gonna affect you, it might affect your grandmother, your grandpa, your elderly aunt, your great auntie, your great uncle. Those people will be affected. Or how about your little neighbor that lives on your street, you know, by her house back when she was working. Now she retired and received a little bit of SNAP benefits to keep her going. She will be affected by this. So quit trying to make it a racial issue. It's a people issue in general. A lot of people will be affected if these people don't get this government back open and get these people they SNAP benefits and other benefits that they're going to miss out if they don't hurry up and open this government back up. Thank y'all for sipping a little more tea, but I ain't see by y'all.
Every year I try to give food and I give toys to organizations to help, but I'm going to tell you, I gotta pay for my own family, and it sucks, but you guys have gotten very comfortable living off of the government, and the very thought that you might not get your cards in November has got you guys screaming all over the internet. Meanwhile, you had no problem spending $1,000 food hauls at Costco and showing all the internet all the food you get and dancing and laughing, and even some women like very sarcastically being like, oh, you mad?
Lock in, fuckers. We about to fact check shit. First, if you fuck me, check out that podcast. Let's get it. What the hell is she talking about? First of all, you are online way too much, and I know you know nothing about food stamps, because if you did, you would not make that video. And why are you mad at people using food stamps to buy food? Isn't that why we use it? But I'm gonna give you guys some information just to show you what she's saying doesn't make any damn sense. First of all, if you want less people on SNAP benefits, that would mean that the economy has to get better. Because if we just took the time to use our big people brain, then we'll realize that if the price of living is increasing and wages remain the same, then more people are gonna need government assistance. Which is why reports are saying a stronger economy will equal less people on food stamps. Not to mention that food stamps is just a temporary assistance, meaning that people usually stay between 6 to 24 months. And do you even know the demographic of the people that are on these benefits that the right are complaining about? 34% are children, 33% are the elderly, and 17% are disabled. Not to mention that 50% of people who are on WIC, which is women, infant, and children, have either SNAP, Medicaid, or both. In Trump's economy, we have a bad job market, unemployment is high, and inflation is high as well. And you're trying to understand why people want to get on food stamps?
You know what's so funny to me about that, as I'm sitting here in front of my yard, is that when we think about welfare and all of these things, it was designed for white women and their husbands was out of work so they could stay at home, right, with their husbands. The other thing about it is that they want to throw it back to the states, like the reason why they threw it back to the states during that time, because even white people didn't want to feed other white people. And the simple fact of the matter is that I still remember that episode on Good Times when that older black woman was eating cat food. There's going to be a lot of elderly white people eating cat and dog food.
Oh, and I tell you, it is so sad to see that the educational system in the U.S. has greatly failed the Midwest, okay? I'm not saying that the educational system here in the United States is any better anywhere else, but I'm noticing some of the comments under my posts from people specifically from that area, and specifically MAGA-minded Christian nationalist conservatives. 2 points that I feel is very, very much necessary for me to review so that you understand, okay? Listen up, MAGA people. We're going to go way, way back Okay, we're going to do a throwback, and we're going to review the fact that the Affordable Care Act, yes, the one that you get most of you get your health care through. The Affordable Care Act is Obamacare. That's what that is. You guys have had Obamacare as your health coverage. Affordable Care Act is Obamacare, and Obamacare is the Affordable Care Act. They're the same thing. They're the same thing. There's no difference. It's just two different names for the same thing. You know how French fries are French fries, but they also can be potato wedges? Same thing. It's a potato. Same thing. Same thing. Okay, that's first thing. All right. Then we're going to bring it more current. You know they have been talking everywhere across the United States about SNAP benefits. SNAP benefits are food stamps. Food stamps are SNAP. It's the same thing, just two different ways to say it. The EBT, electronic benefits transfer, is just the card itself. And just because you have an EBT card does not mean that you get food stamps. EBT card can mean that you get health insurance. Yeah. Everyone who has an EBT card does not necessarily get food stamps or cash. Sometimes it's just your medical. Because a lot of you are essentially just spewing out the most hate ever, and you have no idea of what you're talking about because you have not taken the time at all to read. Read. Please read. So let's review. Obamacare is the Affordable Care Act, and the Affordable Care Act is Obamacare. SNAP benefits are food stamps, and food stamps are SNAP benefits. And just because you have an EBT card or an electronic benefits transfer card does not mean that you automatically are on food stamps or cash. Sometimes you have it just because you have medical coverage. Thank you for coming to the lesson today. Be sure to drop by again. My classroom door is always open.
From the statistics, 37% of these people are believed to be on SNAP benefits. 26% of the Black community is taking this, is on this program as well. More other people. Just know the other communities, they are lesser. So it's white and Black people that use these benefits a lot. Meanwhile, we have a group of people that are so excited about those that don't have the fathers in the houses, those that are, because they think Black fathers are not in the households, so Black women are single mothers and all of that. So they're excited food stamps is not coming. It's going to be the same realization that happened with Affordable Care Act. Crazy thing is, even right now, a lot of them still don't get it, that Obamacare is the Affordable Care Act, and that in case it is taken away, their insurance premiums are going to go high and they'll be paying quite a lot of money. Some of these people that normally come on the internet and talk about how they're excited, some of them are privileged, but let's not forget, we see their faces, we don't see the people that are rallying behind them. They have families that are below the poverty line, and those are the people that qualify to get these SNAP or food stamp benefits. Yeah, and as a result, they need extra help. As we've all seen, majority of these people come from the red states. Unfortunately, because the poverty levels in red states, I don't know how that works, but it is just what it is. A lot of palm-colored people in village areas, they are going to be affected by this. And I'm not even talking about palm-colored people, because I know a lot of Black people that are on SNAP benefits personally. Yeah, I know a lot of them. So it's not even about, let them find out. Well, yes, they are definitely going to find out, and you're going to see a lot of them crashing out, calling offices, welfare offices. Some of them will go in person when these benefits don't hit their, accounts. You understand? But the thing is, it's not just about them. This is affecting real people. And I don't know why they didn't see this one coming. Meanwhile, they keep blaming, the Democrats. But their man is actually giving money to Argentina. Besides giving money to Argentina, he's building himself a ballroom, right? And then they are buying private jets to, oh my goodness, to their whatever ministers. They are literally buying them private jets. Where do you get all this money when the people are literally not going to be able to get the money to receive their benefits? Like, how do you give back to the community? How do you give back to your people? This is so crazy and so hilarious at the same time, seeing a lot of them mocking and thinking, oh, we got you. A lot of them have kids that are on spectrums. A lot of them are on disabilities. A lot of their memos and papas in nursing homes, because we know they take a lot of people, a lot of their, family members in these, nursing homes. They depend on Medicare and Medicaid and all of those things. They are not looking at it. Hey, meanwhile, the very first of November, yeah, because I don't know if this was packaged even in a way that these people need to know. Medicaid, or the so-called Obamacare and Affordable Care Act, and those Medicaid subsidies are also coming to an end on 1st November. So the government needs to sit and, act. Or if they don't act, these very, very same red states are the ones that are going to literally be attacking the government now. Because, yes, statistics still show that majority of the red states are the ones that are on, Obamacare or Affordable Care Act. They have received Medicaid subsidies. They receive the most assistance, let's say that. Now, for them to sit on the internet thinking, oh, these people are able-bodied. Some of these people, they work. They work, but they don't get so much out of this, right? That's why the government assists. Now, you do have something like 20% of these same people that receive these benefits that completely don't work. 20%, I mean, it's a big number, but at the same time, that's really not a number that should worry you. You have to dig into the reason as to why some of these people are not working. Some of them are not just seated there being lazy. A lot of them have issues, healthy issues, and they can't, But anyway, that's how the MAGA mind works. And I think to all people, people need to know, this is not just about black or white. No. This is going to affect real people. So if you only have empathy to one group of people and then you don't care about others, I think it exposes the kind of person that you were. Yeah. And indeed, I'm telling you, we are about to see a lot of them crashing out. They will be going to those offices. When they talk about black women are the ones that are single mothers and all of that, they lie. Because there's a very good number of them that are single mothers too. But why would we even go into those statistics to attack each other on matters that literally the government should be helping its people? But instead of literally looking and holding the government accountable, you'd rather rush to being racist and stereotype people. You look away from all the issues and you be like, yeah, good thing you're black and you're not getting this. Like, anywho, that's why a lot of people are like, we told you so. This is an if around, and they have started finding out. Now, I've given you a couple of comments that you have seen. A lot of people really don't know. A lot of them palm-colored people. And this is not just about them, but trust me, still there's a lot of people that don't know that these actually SNAP and food stamps is the same thing. It's the same program. It's just assistance. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I think from me for today, that's it. I do love all of you guys, and I'll see you later. Till then, my name is Gracie. Bye, may God watch over you and protect you and provide for you, because this is getting quite tough. At least in moments like this, people are getting educated anyway.